good evening everyone and welcome back to White Fortress Cybersecurity. In last class, we talked about firewall and its type, and also we did the practical of host-based firewall. Okay, so and today in today's class, we will be talking about honeypots. We'll do the practical as well as if you get any questions, any doubts related to the topic, you can let me know in the chat box. So let's start. What are honeypots? Honeypots is a computer security mechanism set to detect, deflect, or in some manner counteract attempt to unauthorized use of information systems. So what does it do? It just will deceive the attacker. Okay, we will before getting to this part, let's take an example and let's understand it by using an image. Okay, so it will be much easier for you guys. So what we do as an ethical hacker when want to attempt cyber attack on a particular organization or a website, so first of all what we do is port scanning. Okay, so for example, attacker is doing port scanning and it finds some very interesting ports, 22 and 23 port. Can someone tell me what these ports are for? Port number 22 and 23. Guys, let me know in the chat box what these ports are for. These are very, very interesting ports, and especially for an hacker, for an attacker that is over the internet. But what's the use of these? Anyone? So basically, these ports, 22 port is your for your telnet, 23 is for your telnet, and 22 is for your SSH. So these two ports are basically used for remote connection. That means if the attacker gets the access of these two ports, it will be able to get into the internal network, can do anything with the applications or the internal systems. It can do anything because it will literally get the complete uh, control over the remote systems. So basically your attacker sees this honeypot, means it scans for some ports and it sees that 22 and 23 ports are open. But let me tell you guys, these two ports are actually enabled by the attack by the system security, like it is used for deceiving the attacker, that yes, attacker will look for these ports, it will scan for these ports, and ultimately after scanning for these ports, it will think yes, there might be some kind of interesting thing going on in on these ports, and will try to gain the access. So during that part, our security experts will be able to monitor the activity of the attacker and the tools and techniques that is being used by the attacker as well. Okay, so that's what the attacker will do. Sorry, the honeypot will do. Okay, so honeypot will deceive the attacker, will make it go crazy that there is something, and will waste a lot of time of the attacker, and ultimately we will be able to get the knowledge of the tools and techniques that are being used by the attacker. Okay, so this is the one thing. Okay, next thing, for example, the attacker for things like, okay, I'm not able to get through these ports like 22, 23 ports. Let's bypass this firewall that is in the network. Okay, so what the attacker will do, attacker bypasses the firewall, and then it gets the public facing websites like mail servers, DNS servers, web servers. It get all the for example, it tries to hack into web server, DNS server, or mail servers. These are basically public facing websites, you can say, for sorry, public facing services, you can say, by the company, by the organization. So what will happen, all the activity that attacker will be doing in these servers will be exposed. Okay, will be exposed because we have connected another honeypot, and again this honeypot will be monitoring all the activity that attacker is doing in the web, DNS, and mail servers. we'll be able to again monitor it. Again, we'll be able to find out the tools and techniques that the attacker is using, and ultimately we'll be able to protect the internal network and servers from the attacker. How we will do that? We can just simply block the attacker's IP address, or we might be having a knowledge of tools and techniques that the attacker is using, so we can just implement some security rules so that it cannot get into our internal network, into our private network. Guys, if you get any question, any doubts, let me know right away. I'll be happy to help you guys with all your questions. Okay, that's what I'm here for. That's why we are doing it practically, live on, like we are doing live classes, just because you can ask the doubts and everything. So now let's read the definition first, and then we'll get to the types and ultimately to the practical of honeypots. So honeypots is a computer security mechanism set to detect, deflect, or in some manner counteract the attempt to unauthorized use of information system. What it will do, it will detect that whatsoever the attacker is doing, okay, it will detect that and deflect that. How it will deflect it? It will deflect it by uh, open giving some false hopes to the attacker, and will keep the attacker engaged in its own thing, and in some manner it will counteract. We'll be able to counteract the attempt of hacking onto our unauthorized systems, or using unauthorized information from our systems. So generally, a honeypot consists of data that appears to be a legitimate part of the site and contain information or resources that are beneficial for the attacker. It is actually isolated, monitored, and capable of blocking or analyzing the attacker's attack. So it is basically an isolated system designed for actually deceiving the attacker only. So that's what a honeypot do. Okay, so now let's talk about types of honeypot. In we have already seen over here that here was one of the honeypot and here is another honeypot. So production honeypot basically, um, often simply referred to as honeypots, are security mechanism or devices that are deployed within a production network. They are deployed in a production network or environment to mimic the legitimate system. So it will mimic like a legitimate system, that hey, here I have all these ports open, 22, 23, 21, or some SMTP ports open or whatsoever. Okay, it will mimic that I am a very legitimate system. Come and scan me, try to find vulnerabilities in me, try to get access of me. And their primary purpose is to attract the attacker. Okay, now I hope guys you know why this is called honeypot. This is a honeypot not for the bees but for the attacker. So their primary purpose is to attract and detect malicious activity such as unauthorized access to the to our real systems, to our internal network, probing. So what is probing? Probing is basically your um, intended to get information, like it will not let the attacker get information out of the system or inquire the systems, you can say. And we will also be able to examine the attacker and see or attacks or any unauthorized attack by luring potential attackers away from the crucial assets. It will just uh, not let attacker focus on the real assets of our company, of our organization. It will just keep it engaged by collecting information about their methods and intentions. And also, we'll be able to collect information and uh, about the methods, the techniques, what tools they're using, are they brute forcing, they're actually doing, okay, on our web surface. What exactly, if they're port scanning, we will be able to see that they are using this nmap tool, or if they are trying to run the SQL map that we just covered in the previous classes to find the SQL injection into the website, what they actually are doing. Okay, that's what we will get. Okay, and guys, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you get any doubts, any questions, you can let me know right away. Next is your research honeypots. What does this research honeypot do? It is a security mechanism or system designed to attract and study malicious actors. So again, this is also designed to attract the attackers and study malicious actors. It will study them, such as hackers and cyber criminals, in order to gain insight into their tactics, techniques, and tools. So, we'll be able to gain the insight of what actually it is trying to do and all the tools and techniques it's using. So, honeypots are not real production systems, but they are like decoy or simulated environments that appear to be vulnerable and valuable targets. Decoy means a false hope. They give false hope to the attackers, but they are not real production system. They are not real internal systems. They are just like a fake website. You can say it could be anything. Fake port is open or something like that, or simulated environment that appear to be vulnerable, and it looks like it can be very vulnerable or it is very valuable. And what will happen ultimately, the people will go after this. Okay, so this is your research honeypot. Here you can see this is a production honeypot, which is it's receiving, deflecting, and here the research honeypot will also let the incident response team look into the tactics and techniques of the attacker. I hope these two honeypots are clear to you guys. If you have any questions, any doubts, you can let me know. So we will also do the practical. Let's jump onto the practical of these honeypots now. As we already know now that these are nothing but very luring to the attackers. They will lure the attackers away from our crucial assets, from our internal systems, so that the attacker, before the attacker reaches it, we are able to prevent it. So they are very good, but uh, it also has got some pros and cons that we will talk about after the practical part. Okay, so now basically your honey pots are, I have got one pen box honey pot. That's what we will get today. Okay, you can just type pen box honey pot GitHub, and the first one, not the first one here, hacker text. Okay, this is the one that I use usually. So we'll copy the code and then git clone. Hacker tech pen box 1.8. So I'm just installing it, done. Here we have pen box 1.8. Let's move on to this folder. Here I am in here in pent box 1.8 folder, ls for listing. And here you can see, guys, we have this pentbox.rb, which is written in Ruby. This is a tool written in Ruby. And guys, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you get any doubts, any questions, you can let me know right away. Okay, so to run this, I'm gonna simply put dot slash and then pentbox dot rb. And guys, if you are interested in learning cybersecurity or ethical hacking, you can definitely contact us on the number given in the description below, or you can register for our course, enroll by using the link already in the description. You can also contact us on the WhatsApp directly or call us. Okay, let's continue now. Now here, when I hit enter, here you can see it's asking me, do you need cryptographic tools? Do you need some network tools, web tools, IP grabber tools? So basically your honeypot is for your network. Okay, so we are going to use the network tools. So I'm going to select the second option. And here you can see it is asking us what you want to do. TCP port scanner, honeypot, fuzzer, DNS hosting. So I'm going to use the honeypot. Here it is giving me two options if I want to manually configure or I want fast auto configuration. So first of all, let's go for fast auto configuration, and then I'll tell you about the manual configuration that we can do. So here, Honeypot is activated on the port 80. So by default, it took the port 80 and it is activated. So now what I'm gonna do is, let's take the IP ifconfig, and this is the IP of my target system. And now I'm going to my browser in my Windows system. I'm gonna paste this IP, hit enter. So let's see. Okay, here you can see access denied, IP address login failed, and it is showing something like this. It has its own message that login is failed. Okay, we didn't even try to log in. Hello, Abhinav Kumar. Welcome back to White Fortress Cybersecurity. How to check honeypot on Sudan? How to check honeypot on Sudan? Is that a thing? How to check? It's not honeypot, it's honeypot. And these we can, how can we, if there is like we visit any particular website, okay, and they are using this particular honeypot or something like that. It's not on the Sudan, okay, it's nothing like that. How do you know if there is some honeypot? Honeypot IP, it's not, there is no IP of honeypot like that. It's basically the system execute, like for example, this was here. Okay, if I go to Linux, you can see it is showing me where um, it is logged in from. Okay, it is showing me that someone tried intrusion attempt detected from this IP 192.168.35, and it tried to connect on this specific port. Okay, it has got nothing to do with the IP or something. It, we will be using the target IP only. Okay, I guess I'm not able to make it clear to you guys. Let me tell you. Okay, like we have a target system, and someone is uh, trying to go into this system or scan for it. And we scanned for something like 22 or 23 ports are there, or some 21 or whatsoever. And when we keep on getting engaged on it, so target that we were trying to access have a definite IP, and it's their ports that we look for. Okay, like here you can see the port was 80 port. There is no some other IP for the honeypot. It's a target IP only, but it is executed on some port like 80 port, 21 port, 22 port. We can give it like that. Okay. Is it clear to you? Abhinav Kumar, the target IP is going to be the same, just the ports will be different so that they look like there is something malicious going on or something. Yeah, something important is there. Some we can do something malicious on the target, something like that. Okay, it's for safety, not for exploitation. Now we will jump to the manual configuration. Okay, we have already seen the fast auto configuration. By default, you can say see that it set it some message IP login failed, access denied. Okay, which might look very luring to the attacker because it says login is failed, access is denied. It will try to bypass it. The attacker will try to bypass that thing. So we don't want if we want to change the message or something like that, we can do that. Okay, in some websites, even while we were testing, they goes like, hello, this is, there is nothing here, something like that is there. Okay, after like when we scan for the ports on a specific website and goes, there is nothing here, but we found that page. right? It might be a honeypot, it might be a developer trying to like fool us by leaving a port open by with a single line that there is nothing here. Hello, attacker. We have seen many things like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna quit it and let's run it again. And this time we will be doing the manual configuration. So again, here I'm gonna choose the second option. Now, honeypot, manual configuration. Now it is asking us which port you want to open. Okay, I can use like 21 port, 22 port, 23 port, 80 port is already taken, guys. Okay, if you try to put this 80, so it is already running in the background. So if you want to take the 80 port, you must restart your application, sorry, your Linux first of all, and then you should go for the 80 port, but otherwise don't. So here I'm going to take the 8080 port as 80 is already taken. Hello, Bhagya. Welcome back to the channel. Uh, what are we doing? We are talking about honeypots. Okay, after the firewalls we have completed, there is another thing, honeypots. It is also used for security of your systems, as it just deceive the attacker by faking like it is a very important system, and ultimately the attacker will get stuck in there and we will be able to study the tactics and the techniques of the attacker. Okay, you may watch it from the starting, it will be clearer to you because I have used an image reference for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to use the 8080 port, insert false message to show, just like we did. So we can also put some HTML content over here. So here I'm going to put like access denied. Better luck next time. Okay, this is, I'm gonna hit enter. So save a log with intrusion. So it also want us, do you want to save the log like when ever there is any kind of intrusion, do you want to save the log of it, that from where it was coming from? So if we want to, then we can just simply say yes. If we don't want to, then we can just put no. Let's do yes. Okay, for this time. So here you can see it is telling us that here it will be stored. This is the default thing. In the pent box, other log.honeypot.txt. So I'm going to copy the path already. Okay, so now it is asking log file name. What should I keep it? Let's leave it like that only. I don't want to change the log file name. Now it is also asking, do you want to activate the beep sound when intrusion occurs? So I don't want any beep sound. It's very annoying. So I'm gonna just hit enter. Now here you can see the activated. It's activated on the port 8080. So let's try to access the port 8080 now. Okay, here I have inputted that. I hit enter. I think I'll have to host something from there. That's why it's not working. Okay, I'll have to restart my system because I haven't turned on anything like that. Okay, never mind. Here you can see. But it's not showing anything. Okay, host 8080, there is an intrusion, but it's not showing that message. I'll show you that message as well that we have inputted. Here you can see it's detection again from 1.35. That is my Windows IP on the port. It tried to connect. Here you can see that. And again, the user agent and upgrade in secure request, etc. etc. Here everything is. Okay, I've suspended it. Now let's go to that path ls. It was in pent box other. Yeah, here is this one. cd other ls, here log honeypot.txt. Okay, here also we can uh, just get the log. It will also store the log from where the intrusion was occurring. Now I'm gonna just restart my Kali and show you guys the message thing as well. Before that, let me check one more thing. Yeah, it won't work. So, because I haven't enabled any web services on the port 8080. That's why it's not showing anything on 8080. Guys, do you have any questions, any doubts till now? Let me know. It's gonna take a while. Guys, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So cd penbox ls c dot slash penbox.rb network tool honeypot manual configuration insert port to open. I'm choosing 80 so that I can show you the message as well. Insert the false message access denied. Better luck next time. Save log? No, I don't want to save any log anymore. Beep? No. Honeypot is activated. What was the IP again? IF config. Here is the IP. IP has changed now. Let's check. Here you can see. Access denied. Better luck next time. That is how a honeypot looks like. Okay. If you are doing it on web. So, and here you can see everything. Referrer, accept encoding, and whatever the request is coming from the attacker and the port it is trying to connect to. Okay, I hope guys this is clear to you with the practical part. If you have any questions, any doubts, you can let me know right now. I'll be happy to help you guys, and do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you are interested in learning cybersecurity and ethical hacking courses, you can contact us on the number given in the description below. Also, you can register for our course. Link is already in the description. So, tomorrow in the next class, we will be doing a very exciting topic, that is your cryptography. We'll talk about how your network is secured, how the encryption, decryption, what is all these terms, ciphertext, plain text, how your data is protected over the network, how WhatsApp protects your data, how is it end-to-end encrypted. Okay, we'll talk about all that in very detail. It's a very good topic, very lengthy and practical topic. This one was a very short one. Okay, that's it for today. You must guys try some more honeypots. Honeypots. GitHub, we can also try them right now. There is one more. Let's try this one. Okay, it's telling us to install it differently. And here you can see you can set up on using SSH as well. Set up SSH port on the SSH. Here is for auto configuration. So you can try using all these kinds of honeypots too. Python honeypot. This one is good one. Okay, you guys must try some more tools. They work similarly. Okay, if you know how to use Linux, you know how you can actually use these hacking tools. Okay, guys, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, guys, for all the likes. And tomorrow we will talk about more, uh, and it will be a lengthy class tomorrow. Today, that's it for today. See you guys. Bye bye. Don't forget to like. See ya. If you have any questions, any doubts, let me know. You're welcome, Abhinav.